This is Saints Row for the Xbox 360. So, need an elevator pitch for this one? Okay, so, imagine Grand Theft Auto, but like with more of a focus on gangs, said ponderously. Though Saints Row also has a pretty major feature that sets it apart, that starts right in this game. And that is the fact that it has a character customizer. Unfortunately, this being Saints Row 1, you only have the option of looking kinda douchey. I don't know, maybe I didn't try hard enough, but like, even the defaults are just like, rejected frat boy design, so... So I'm gonna go through this one and kinda just fuck around with these sliders for a bit. The first thing you're going to notice is that the sliders aren't numbered, nor do they like, go up by notches, they just sort of slide just sort of smoothly, so it is really difficult to find an exact number or percentage of what you might want on any of these sliders. If you want to recreate something, apologies, you can't, at least not easily. So yeah, you just sort of have to, I guess, play it by ear. Sorry that wound up being a pun considering what we're looking at now. Also, sorry to anybody who was expecting a sort of Monster Factory thing for this. I am going to fuck up this man's face while I just mess around with sliders, but this will not be his permanent look, which is probably good for him. I don't think he's gonna want to be stuck with what I'm going to give him. But you can play a very fucked up looking man. That being said though, like, look, I have a whole stream day dedicated to just unironically messing with a character designer and then playing through, you know, a game with that character. Not a fucked up character. Someone I think is cool instead. That's just kind of how I play these. I like making cool looking characters, I'm sorry. I know fucked up characters are funny when in the cutscenes, I'm not going to deny that. That's just not how I roll. I'm sorry. Anyway, now that we're partway through making the head, though, you've probably noticed by now, no option to play as a female character. And, no, that's not later on. In Saints Row 1, you can only make a guy. I guess the good thing is, at least there is the option to change skin color, so it's not that limited. It's easy enough to just change the presets. I don't know if you're like me, but I do not trust myself with a luminosity meter, but whatever. Yeah, anyway. No women is the point. And look, I swear when I say you can only play as a douche in this game, isn't just because of that. It's also kind of limited in terms of, you know, actual customization. I'm not the biggest fan of how most given characters turn out. But, you know, it's a 360 game. To be fair, I don't think my Oblivion character looked any better. I'm not going to bring them out or anything, but I'm just going to assume they looked kinda bad. Oh god, what have I done to you? I'm so sorry. But anyway, yeah, that's sort of where we're at already. Is just, you can only play as a man. Because, you know, as we all know, women don't play video games. I, of course, when doing this LP, just sort of stand there in an M. Bison-esque pose as the controller plays itself, for it is far manlier than I am. That being said, I will Psycho Crusher it if it does anything wrong. The feminine urge to Psycho Crusher anybody who wrongs you. That's not tied down by gender. That's just something anyone can do. But yeah, no, again, I'm not gonna say the entire game is bad or anything just because of that, but we are certainly starting out at a point where I, you know, wouldn't normally play this game in that case, but, you know, that's me. This game has other qualities that I can talk about. I'm just not the biggest fan of just about anything I can do with this customizer. look, again, I'm coming from the later games, so I have seen them make improvements upon this designer, and you know, they get real good later on. God, this man's whole face is just so bad. I'm so sorry for your face situation. Admittedly, it's not going to get much better than this. I was kind of trying to sort of replicate, you know, what I can do in the later games. I think the end result doesn't turn out super great, though I did also have to re-record on top of that, because the design I wound up with originally didn't look great in cutscenes. I don't think the view of the character we get is informative of what they look like in motion. I wanted to make this character's eyes bigger, but in cutscene, it was kind of terrifying. So, yeah, I didn't stick with that. I just did this again. I had to do a retake of the character customizer. That's where we're at. Alright, so here's this fucked up looking man. You might be tempted to run away, but I just reset him, and then, yeah, no, now we're playing as this asshole. I will do nothing but insult this man. Alright, so now that we're done with that.
Watches! I got watches here. Yo, hey man, this shit'll cost you $600 in the store.
This doesn't look terribly fucked up.
Watches.
I only messed up the cheekbones a little bit.
Oh, hell no.
Man, fuck the rollers.
LeVar, you gonna let those bitches disrespect us?
Shit, what you think?
What the fuck you think you're doing?
Just being civic-minded is all.
Oh, nice of them.
So?
Yeah, some dumbass cracker went and shit all over this wall. We just cleaning it up.
Well, to be fair, he did have a bat, and all you have is a... Actually, that is a pretty good weapon, never mind. We're also here.
Hector says buenas noches.
What does that mean? I don't know French. Oh shit, gun! That guy did pretty well. Better than most of the people on this street. Okay, things are going badly, but we survived. Trust no one. Not even that guy.
Wrong time, wrong place, dog.
I understand you have nothing to do with this, but nonetheless... Oh, well. Didn't get to finish my speech, I'm dead.
Julius, let's move.
Alright, play it cool, play it cool. Oh god! Thought I was gonna give him like a little cool skip, but then the car exploded. Oh jeez. You must think I'm so lame.
Should be fine. That's Troy. You can thank him later.
Hey,
The row ain't safe no more, son. We got gangs fighting over shit that ain't theirs. And you in the way, they don't care if you represent or not.
Julius, this is no time to recruit.
We need all the help we can get, son.
No, we need to get our asses out of here.
In a
That
minute.
car just
Look,
exploded.
we've got a problem.
Who knows what else
Some
could
make sure that you wanna
explode?
be a part of the solution.
That spray paint can, that man. Could be a lot of things. Alright, so now we're actually playing the game. You might also notice, the music. It's probably not what you would expect from this game, but it's totally legit. This is technically a thing I could do on the actual 360. But we are currently sporting, the soundtracks of, Jet Set Radio and Jet Set Radio Future. Anyway, though, in the meantime, I'm just showing off the map here, just in general some of the stuff that we can do, in the menus. We actually get a, dialogue recap. We also have a story recap, which is useless now, but, in the future, that will be useful. Activities are here. We've got statistics. Here's just a brief overview of them. Pause if you really care, but obviously we haven't done anything yet. So, nothing that's, apparently we've knocked down 4 streetlights, and I'm guessing that must have been from the character customizer. Anyway, though, let's save the old game. Just gonna save over the old file. We don't need to talk about the previous design for this guy. It's fine. Alright, there we go. So, start out in front of the church. Look both ways before crossing the streets. Alright, and here we go. Let's start our first mission.
Every motherfucker here knows what we need to do. Now those bitches be riding around here thinking they own these streets. I don't care what flags they flying. Rollers, Carnales, Vice Kings. No one's making this nigga scared to walk the road.
They'll be afraid of us instead. Let's see how they like it.
All right, yeah!
Yeah!
Fuck yeah! Who the fuck's this guy?
I'm so glad that's the first thing you ever say to
We're
us.
gonna see if he'll ride with us.
Julius, if he wants to run with the Saints, he gotta be canonized.
Oh, am I non-canon? Sorry.
You ready for this, player?
Alright, well, I guess we have to be. Alright, here's our combat tutorial. Combat is not particularly complex. We've got the triggers for punching, hold them together to block, and left button is kick, which is kinda slow, so don't really start with that. But if somebody's down, yeah, no, just kick him. Kick him in the dick, Kenshiro. Everybody's just kind of flopping around. I'm not gonna say that, like, combat animations become, you know, amazing. This isn't... Later Saints Row games don't just become Platinum games, but, like, I'm actually glad about that. Combat should look kinda goofy.
You earned your colors today.
That's some impressive shit. The only other Saint who kicked ass like that was Johnny.
Shit took me half the time.
It's worth noting that you do not have to win that mission. You can get beaten up until the mission just ends, in which case everybody will just kick the shit out of you, and that's how we start this
It's all about
cutscene.
respect. Get enough of it, they're gonna back off.
Now you might be thinking I'm talking about respect as like a nebulous concept. No. That is in fact a gameplay mechanic that you will need to acknowledge.
Drop any motherfucker flying the wrong flag. So long as word gets out that the Saints is on the road. I don't
God
give a
damn it.
damn how you do it.
He's only a little fucked up compared to everybody else, I swear. Alright, so... we are able to call partners if they're nearby, and we can also call somebody with a car.
Alright, man. Time for you to buy a piece.
And now we need a gun. We'll flop around a little less with guns, but not too much more. Still gonna be a little bit of flopping, but that's more from me. And my inability to play third-person shooters. Alright, so, as a note, some stores are not open at night, but it's daytime, so we don't have to worry about that. We can just go in and buy a gun. Now purchase weapons at friendly fire. I guess we couldn't before, but it's not like I tried. So we've got a bunch of options, but some of them are very expensive. We've got other types of guns. Note that we have $1,000 right now, which means if I wanted to only have that shotgun, I could, but I think the game kind of more expects you to start with at least a pistol. Vice 9 will be good to just get you through whatever needs to be done. Good basic pistol. And since we have some money left over, let's just buy... unfortunately not a shotgun. We can get an SMG, though. I mean, $400 is more than I have in my pocket, so I can't say we're broke.
Man, what do you say we take that piece and clean up the road?
I mean, I fail to see how we're gonna do that without a mop, but okay. Alright, let's see, look back and forth, alright. We can't just have our gun out randomly. What if normal people see that gun and panic? Look, we don't want anybody to be afraid of us. We want them to know that the Saints are here to clean up the row. So if we see somebody from another gang, they're wearing yellow, in that case, they're deader than disco. Hey, idiot! Bye, idiot! Okay, so, now we have notoriety with the Vice Kings. Though I guess it'll take a little while longer for the game to tell us about that. But now that there's a crown on the screen, they will immediately aggro on us. Any Vice King that sees us is like, oh, it's that bitch. And then they will try to shoot us. But they're only on notoriety level 1, so it's fine. Oh, well, never mind. Notoriety level 2. They want us dead more. I believe this is the point which they will start driving up to us. That red, dot on the map behind us is, yeah, them driving up, so... Troy, if you could get in the car faster, that would be great. As a note, enemies are able to just pull you out of the car if they get up to your door, so... If you're in a car, always be aggro. Run people over before they get to you. I mean, you can also fire a gun from a car, so, like, if you want to shoot him, you can do that too, and for some reason, I think that does more damage. I don't know why. Have you ever gotten hit by a car? Probably not. There's a good chance you wouldn't be watching this if you did get hit by a car. And if you have been hit by a car, it's probably not something you want a repeat performance of. No, guns aren't great, but still. I feel like I should be able to squish more people. I mean, what? Alright, so here's the part of the tutorial where we learn how to get people to immediately get off our backs. This is forgive and forget. If we drive in here, that'll just take some money and remove notoriety. Alright, cool. Now nobody wants us dead.
Taken care of. Can you drop me off at Freckle Bitches? I'm jonesing for a fun bag.
That's a very crass restaurant name, but okay. Alright, and back on the road. Free from being attacked. Alright, well then. Our end goal is right over there. Gonna switch lanes. I can't signal, everybody, I'm sorry. That's a limitation of the game, don't blame me personally. I'd be signaling if I could. But this is the world we live in. Alright, there we go, second mission complete. And it's the first mission where we get to shoot somebody. As you might imagine, there'll be a lot more of that in the future. We also are allowed to go to a house. Good, let me just park real quick. Here we go, oh.
Good work, player. Word has gotten out that the Saints ain't bullshit.
We will just wander up to random people and shoot them. Alright, well then. So yeah, here's the part where we will need more respect. But we won't talk about that this time. Cause we've got our first 2 missions complete. We've been canonized by punching everyone else really well. We've shot some people from the Vice King, so I'm gonna say, good first day of criming. That was some excellent crime we did, so why don't we head back home and say that's the end of this session. Again, everybody, I apologize, well, somebody's dead there, so the fact that I just crossed through a solid double line, I don't think is a huge deal for me. I wasn't the one who killed someone. Oops, sorry, but I wasn't paying attention there. Oh, because somebody hailed you from— wow, that guy's an idiot. That one wasn't on me! And fuck you if you thought it was. Oh, jeez, I'm so sloppy. I'm so sorry to everybody else on the road. Look, I'm just so excited about finishing up my first day of crime, but— oh, well, oh god. I'm just gonna scoot around this, because you guys are having some problems. I just want to go home. I've done a nice amount of crime. I'm good to finish up. There we are. We can store a car we've stolen. Alright, that's ours now. Alright, so, what's a crib like? Well, when you enter, we've got a few things we're able to do. We can exchange your weapons. In the fridge, I guess. We've got a safe. Every day they'll have a certain amount of money, depending on basically what you own. Over here we can change clothing, which would be a great option right now, except this is literally the only clothes we own. No wonder we didn't buy watches from this guy. We have got literally only the shirt on our back. So, like, we can wear the pants in different styles. You don't need to, like, buy new versions of pants to roll them in different ways, which, thank goodness, that would be dumb. I, of course, am not gonna let my underwear show. But yeah, no, there's nothing to actually change with. Again, other than, like, changing the way you wear things, we actually need to buy clothes if we want anything new. And I mean, I do want something new, but that's gonna be another thing that has to wait until next time. Alright, well, next time on Saints Row, we're down for more crime, and I guess also buying more clothing. I think that's probably the most important thing we have on our mind right now. I mean, sure, yeah, Julius wants us to do stuff, but like, clothing though. Just think of what the Vice Kings will think of me if I actually dress well.
That's enough.
Come on, get on your feet. We all went through that.
Blood in, blood out.
Welcome to the 3rd Street Saints. Let's get down to business.
What's going on? What's going on? What? I don't understand what's going on here.